Hello and welcome. Did you know that there's no sound in space and that it actually rains diamonds on Jupiter and Saturn? Today, I'm going to share with you 15 of the most interesting and mind-blowing facts about space. Facts that will surprise even the biggest astronomy fans. Let's get started. 1. There's no sound in space. Space is a true vacuum, which means there's no air, no water, and no solid material for sound waves to travel through. On Earth, sound moves by vibrating molecules in the air, water, or even solid objects. But in the emptiness of space, there are simply not enough particles to carry those vibrations. So, if you were floating outside a spaceship and two asteroids crashed together nearby, you wouldn't hear a thing, not even a whisper. Even the most dramatic cosmic events, like exploding stars or colliding planets, happen in complete silence. It's a place where the only thing you'd hear is the sound of your own thoughts. 2. It rains diamonds on Jupiter and Saturn. Imagine a storm where instead of water, diamonds fall from the sky. On the giant planets Jupiter and Saturn, scientists believe this is actually possible. Here's how it works. Powerful lightning storms in the thick atmospheres turn methane gas into carbon. As this carbon falls, it gets squeezed by the immense pressure, first turning into graphite, the same stuff in your pencil, and then into sparkling diamonds. These diamond raindrops can be as big as a centimeter across. But as they fall deeper, the temperature and pressure become so extreme that the diamonds melt into a liquid sea. It's a dazzling alien weather system that's hard to imagine on Earth. 3. A day on Venus is longer than its year. Venus is a planet of extremes, and one of its strangest features is its day. Venus spins on its axis so slowly that it takes about 243 Earth days to complete one rotation, but it only takes 225 Earth days for Venus to orbit the Sun. That means a single day on Venus, sunrise to sunrise, is actually longer than a Venusian year. If you stood on the surface, you'd see the sun rise, crawl slowly across the sky, and set, all over the course of months. Plus, Venus spins in the opposite direction to most planets, so the sun would appear to rise in the west and set in the east. 4. Astronauts float in microgravity. When astronauts travel to space, they experience something called microgravity. This doesn't mean there's no gravity at all, but rather that they're in a constant state of free fall around the Earth. Imagine jumping off a diving board and feeling weightless for a moment. That's what astronauts feel all the time in orbit. Inside the International Space Station, everything floats. People, food, tools, even drops of water. Astronauts have to learn how to move, eat, and sleep in this strange environment, where up and down don't really exist. 5. Stars don't twinkle in space. When you look up at the night sky from Earth, stars seem to twinkle and shimmer. This is because their light passes through our atmosphere, which is full of moving air and temperature changes that bend and scatter the light. But in space, there's no atmosphere to get in the way. If you were on the moon or floating in a spaceship, you'd see stars shining with a steady, unwavering light, no twinkling at all. It's a crystal clear view of the universe, like looking through the world's best telescope. 6. Space has a distinct smell. Believe it or not, astronauts say that space has a unique smell. After a spacewalk, when they return to the airlock and remove their helmets, they often notice a scent clinging to their suits and equipment. It's been described as a mix of seared steak, hot metal, and welding fumes. Scientists think this smell comes from high-energy particles and atoms that stick to the suits and react with the air inside the spacecraft. It's a reminder that space is a truly alien environment full of surprises for the senses. 7. The sun is actually white, not yellow. From Earth, the sun looks yellow or even orange, especially at sunrise or sunset. But in reality, the sun emits all the colors of visible light mixed together, which combine to make white light. If you could see the sun from space, without the atmosphere in the way, it would shine as a brilliant, pure white star. Our yellow sun is just a trick of the light. 8. There are rogue planets drifting alone. Not every planet has a star to call home. Some planets, known as rogue planets, drift alone through the galaxy, not bound to any solar system. These mysterious worlds may have been ejected from their original systems by gravitational forces or formed in isolation. Scientists estimate there could be billions of rogue planets in our Milky Way alone, wandering the darkness between the stars. Some might even have moons or atmospheres, making them lonely travelers in the vast cosmic ocean. 9. Footprints on the moon last for millions of years. The moon is a place where time stands still. Because it has no atmosphere, there's no wind, rain, or flowing water to erase marks on its surface. That means the footprints left by Apollo astronauts in the 1960s and 70s are still there today, perfectly preserved. They could remain unchanged for millions of years, unless a meteorite happens to land on them. The moon is like a giant time capsule, holding on to every mark and memory from its visitors. 10. Black holes are real, and we've seen one. Black holes are among the most mysterious objects in the universe. They're regions where gravity is so strong that nothing, not even light, can escape. For decades, black holes were only theoretical. But in 2019, scientists captured the first ever image of a black hole's shadow. This black hole is in the galaxy M87, about 55 million light-years from Earth. The image showed a glowing ring of superheated gas swirling around a dark center, proving that black holes are real and giving us our first direct glimpse of these cosmic giants. 11. The Milky Way is just one of billions of galaxies. Our home galaxy, the Milky Way, is a vast spiral of hundreds of billions of stars, planets, and nebulae. But it's just one among an estimated 2 trillion galaxies in the observable universe. Some galaxies are much larger or smaller than ours, and each one has its own unique shape and history. The universe is a truly enormous place, filled with endless possibilities and mysteries waiting to be discovered. 12. There's hot ice on distant planets. On the distant exoplanet Gliese 436b, scientists have discovered a bizarre form of ice. Here, the pressure is so intense that water remains solid even at temperatures over 400 degrees Celsius, hot enough to melt lead. This hot ice is completely different from anything found on Earth. It's a reminder that the universe is full of strange and unexpected phenomena, and that the rules we know on our planet don't always apply elsewhere. 13. Space junk is a growing problem. Earth's orbit is becoming crowded with debris, old satellites, spent rocket stages, and fragments from collisions. There are now over 20,000 pieces of man-made junk larger than a softball circling our planet, and millions of smaller bits. This space junk travels at speeds up to 28,000 kilometers per hour, fast enough to damage or destroy spacecraft and satellites. Scientists and engineers are working on ways to clean up space, but for now, it's a growing challenge for the future of space exploration. 14. It rains methane on Titan. Titan, Saturn's largest moon, is one of the most Earth-like places in the solar system, but with a twist. Instead of water, Titan's lakes and rivers are filled with liquid methane and ethane. It even has methane rain, creating a weather system similar to Earth's, but with completely different chemicals. The surface is cold and orange with thick clouds and mysterious landscapes. Titan is a world where it rains gasoline and rivers flow with liquid natural gas. 15. Time moves slower in space. According to Einstein's theory of relativity, time isn't the same everywhere. For astronauts orbiting Earth at high speeds, time actually passes a tiny bit slower than it does for people on the ground. This effect, called time dilation, means that after spending months in space, astronauts return to Earth just a fraction of a second younger than if they'd stayed home. It's a mind-bending concept that shows how space travel can literally change the way we experience time. Thank you for joining me on this cosmic journey. Don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss even more amazing facts about our universe. See you in the next video.